Hi, I'm Frank Sharon. Welcome to my Speakeasy. Be careful what you say in my establishment. You never know who might be listening.
Frank Sharon, citizen of Grand City, carries with him the conviction to right wrongs and help the weak. To the criminals of the city, Frank Sharon is better known as the Ferryman, a ghostly avenger guided by the spirits of the underworld, wielding preternatural powers. Relentlessly pursued by the tenacious Detective Reeves and his rookie partner, the Ferryman must evade both the police and his enemies alike. Frank's Speakeasy aids his nocturnal crime-fighting activities and allows him access to Grand City's criminal underground. Tonight's episode, Pipe Dreams. Tonight's episode begins with Grand City, terrified by a vicious child killer. This just in, 2 more children dead, drowned in their homes. Parents are terrified. This evening we hear from Commissioner Gutter on further developments in the case. Could the killer be the Ferryman? Tune in tonight at 6.
All right now, everyone calm down. Settle down. Commissioner Gutter will address your questions.
So, here's what we know. At each crime scene, no sign of struggle, forced entry, or violence of any kind. No sign of theft, nothing out of place. All events occurred in the early evening. Now, we've been able to rule out the parents in each of these cases. Neighbors and passers-by at each location have seen a strange man in a long, dark coat. I can take 1 or 2 questions. Yes, you.
Ralph Diggins, Commissioner. Daily Sun. How can citizens protect their children?
At this point, the best bet is not to leave your kids alone, especially in the evening. If you do leave them alone, be sure there are trustworthy adults around. Don't let them speak to any strangers. One more, how about that smart-looking young lady there in the front? Yes.
Jane Hawkins, Gazette. Commissioner, is there any chance the Ferryman is involved?
We are considering the possibility. After all, the description of the man matches. The Ferryman works outside the law and does as he pleases. If anyone encounters or has any information on the Ferryman, I would urge you to contact the police at once. Okay, that's all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you and good night.
That same evening, after the press conference, we find Detective Reeves blowing off steam at Frank's Speakeasy, where a curious sideshow is taking place.
So, Reeves, how are you? You look tired. You on this child killer case that's all over the papers?
Yeah, Frank, I am.
Hey, take it easy, Reeves. You're not a fish.
Sorry, Frank. It's just this case. Even after so much time on the force, a case like this can really get to a fella. Children, Frank. God damn it, get me another.
Sure thing.
I tell you one thing, Frank. I'm certain this time. It's the Ferryman. And we're going to get him. Thanks, Frank. By the way, nice little sideshow act there. Ain't that... Ugh.
Yeah, that's Ed King. He kind of strolled in with an entourage after doing one of his evening shows at the Grand City Opera. The kid's not bad, Reeves. Anyway, have a good one, Detective.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now for my grand finale. Watch closely as I cover myself with this cape. Okay, pay attention now. You never know when someone might just vanish.
Where'd he go?
There! By the bar! By the bar!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All right, good night. So sorry for all the commotion, Mr. Sharon. I really am. Do you have any more brew left?
No trouble at all. You're really the kind of levity that this town needs right about now. I gotta know, though. How did you pull that disappearing act? Come on.
A magician's secrets are his own, Mr. Sharon. Speaking of, though, it sounds like you have a magician of your own around here. This Ferryman character.
What about it?
Think he's behind the murders?
I couldn't tell you, Ed, but...
It's Edward, if you please, Mr. Sharon.
Edward. Sorry. Okay. Call me Frank. And, well, I don't know. I mean, the ferryman's done some good from what I hear, too.
Well, it seems to me that's the problem, all right. No one knows, one way or another. Didn't he cause a crash on the bridge last week? Sounds like a dangerous fella.
Again, I couldn't say exactly.
Either way, it's a dark time for Grand City.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you.
Don't worry. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You can bet your soul on that. Good evening.
Good evening.
The following evening, we join reformed crook Clive Turner at home with his family.
Honey, have you checked on Freddie and Sally? The paper says we ought to be keeping an eye on them this time of night.
Just a moment ago, he was sleeping nice and quiet. Sally's been in the kitchen with me. What do you think of this whole mess, with the drownings and all? Is Freddie safe?
I don't see why not, with us checking on him regular. As for what I think, it's the ferryman. Ferry, water, drowning. And he's never really working with the police, is he? The guy's a creep. Adds up to me. That commissioner will figure it out. Knows his onions, that one.
Sure, I bet you're right. I think I'm gonna check on Freddie. Just one more time.
Swell, thank you, dear.
What's that music? Where's it coming from? The bathroom? No!
What's going on? I heard a shout, and you're standing here in the hallway. Are you all right?
The bathroom. Oh, Freddie! Freddie!
No.
The cold, cruel hand of death touches yet another Grand City household when Mr. and Mrs. Clive Turner discover the lifeless body of their son Frederick drowned in the bathtub. Is there any merit to the popular opinion of the ferryman committing such godless crimes against children? Will Frank Sharon be able to crack the case alone, or will he need the assistance of another good soul to do so? Stay tuned to the Ferryman, an old-time radio series, and find out the answers to these questions and more after a word from our sponsors.
Hey, y'all. A thrilling adventure like this Ferryman episode needs an equally thrilling snack to go along for the ride. Consider POP NOLA Gourmet's Bourbon Street Bacon Gourmet Popcorn. It's a sweet New Orleans gourmet popcorn made with crispy bacon, maple caramel, and of course a shot of bourbon, baby. Visit popnolagourmet.com and order a bag online today. Use promo code Ferryman10 for a secret 10% off discount on your first bag. popnolagourmet.com. Come see what's poppin'. Now, back to the program.
Is there anything else you can tell me? Anything at all? No, detective. Nothing.
This is...
I understand. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have to be here any longer. The past 5 hours have been really rough on you. My boys have found you a place. I'll just take you and your daughter there. You shouldn't have to stay here after all.
Thank you, detective.
It's nothing. Officer, take them. Will do. Damn, the family's the worst part. Alright, boys, let's run through it one more time.
Well, the parents were here all night. Checked in on the kid a couple of times. Nothing strange. Around 8:15, the mother heads upstairs.
And that's when the dad heard her cry out.
Right. Comes down. She's standing there in the hallway, dazed.
Maybe she saw someone. That ferryman has some sort of trick that dazes people.
I don't know. I think they would have heard something if someone was here.
Well, the wife did hear something. Flute music.
Right, and she felt compelled to enter the bathroom. Well, anyway, that's when she went in and found the body.
Submerged in the tub. Stinking to high heaven.
How did he get bumped off without anyone noticing? Where does the smell come from, you think?
Well, let's check the bathroom. God! Oh, it stinks. Oh, this water is filthy. Hey, here's something we haven't tried. Head back to the station, see if you can get in touch with someone from Grand City Sanitation. See if we can get a map of the sewer tunnels in this area.
The city offices are closed. I'll have to get that tomorrow. Where are you going with this, Reeves?
Just a hunch.
You coming with me?
I'm gonna drop you off and run by Frank's. Gotta mull this over. Still here, Frank?
Had to be. A lot of people avoiding what's happening out there.
Well, at least I'm not alone. Whiskey.
Coming right up. How is the investigation going?
I can't say. I think I'm onto something. But let's just say spooks like the Ferryman have a way of figuring things out. And it's better not to say anything, especially in a joint like this. Listen, Frank, I want to be alone. You still got that little backroom table available.
Of course, Reeves, help yourself. Need anything, just give a holler. Well, I'm going to figure out how to stop these killings. I'll need some more information from the detective. No one's more persuasive than the Ferryman.
Hiya, Mr. Frank. Boy, it ain't never been this busy.
Yeah, tell me about it.
These folks are scared, blind out of their minds.
And how? Listen, think you can watch up front for me? Gotta take care of something.
Yep. See you later, Mr. Frank.
Restaurant's closed. Should be able to talk to him through this wall. Reeves, this is the Ferryman.
What? Where are you, child killer?
I'm not the killer, Reeves. I want to help you. Please, don't make me ask twice.
Oh no, I'm gonna get you, you son of a...
Fine! I tried to deal fair with you, but you asked for it. Detective Reeves, you will sit down and tell me what you know about the child killer.
Yes, Ferryman. Almost all the parents heard flute music before they found the kids. The children seemed to drown themselves in sinks, bathtubs, but the water is filthy, stinking. Only smelled anything that bad once, a couple years ago, when bodies were found in the new sewer system.
What does it mean?
We don't know yet.
Detective Reeves, you will forget I was here. Finish your drink.
Yes, Harry.
Music and sewage. How odd.
Later that same evening, Frank Sharon dons his ghostly avenging alter ego the Ferryman, and acts on Reeves' hunch by visiting the Grand City Office of Sanitation alone.
Here we go. Sanitation. Gotta remember to drop these off with the security guard before I leave. Let's see. Where are those sewer plans? Here. No. Wait. Aha. City planning. Let's see. No. Sewer map. Designed by Claude Allen Douglas. Just what I needed.
Stop! Right there, Ferryman.
What? Who?
Come with me, Ferryman. Now is the time to bare your soul to the police. Your heinous crimes will come to an end.
I've done nothing but help this city. We're working towards the same end.
Are we? You are a liability to Grand City. My contacts in the police tell me you're a risk to civilians everywhere. And most likely, the suspect in the recent murders. God, man, confess already.
I've told you. I'm innocent.
Well, if you are, I will know in a moment.
What do you mean?
The smoke you saw before was a concentrated gaseous chemical, the truth serum. Our entire conversation has been a ruse. The drug should be in your system now. Tell me, do you feel dizzy?
Yes, no.
Give in, Ferryman.
No, I can't.
Stop! Stop it!
Oh! Good night.
Stop! I'll get you! Ferryman!
Hey, y'all. Can't wait to hear what happens next. We're on the edge of our seats, too, so we'll make this short. PopNolaGourmet.com. Come see what's poppin' today. Use our secret 10% off passcode, Ferryman10, when you visit today.
The next morning, Detective Reeves stumbles on into the 8th City Precinct for work and greeted by his over-eager partner with some strange news.
Good morning, Reeves.
Shut up, rookie. Oh, not so loud. Oh, my head. Did you manage to get those maps of the city?
No. It's strange, though. They were filed in the sanitation department, but the desk clerk reported the files missing in a break-in last night.
He's always 2 steps ahead of us. Let's look at the list of victims. See if we can find any connections.
I'm on it.
Reeves, Detective Gutter wants to see you.
Commissioner, what can I do for you?
A child went missing last night on the way home from school. Tell me you've got something more on these murders, Reeves. We're dying here. It's as bad as a plague.
I think the killer might be using the sewers to get around. We're looking into that. Also trying to establish a motive to see if that leads us to a suspect.
Any leads on this spook we've seen near the crime scenes? Is it the Ferryman?
We don't know yet. There was a break-in at the city office building. Some maps of the sewers were stolen. I bet it's our ghost. I'm thinking we should send some boys to take a look around.
What about this new character that's been talking to our boys?
The Soul? I can't tell you much about him. He seems real interested in the child killer case and the Ferryman. I'm trying to get him in for questioning, but every time we get close, he vanishes in a puff of smoke or something.
Well, keep me informed. Dismissed. Oh, and Reeves.
Commissioner?
Get some more sleep. You look terrible.
What have you got, rookie?
10 feet of nothing. There's no connection between these kids. Girls, boys, tall, short, fat, skinny. No similarities.
Maybe not the kids. But what about the parents?
The parents? Let me see. First couple, the McDonalds. The wife is a secretary, while the husband is a general construction contractor. Second family, last name Johnson. Wife works in a bakery uptown, and husband is project manager with city zoning committee. Husband of the third family, Clive Turner, is a mason.
Hot dog, that's it! They're construction employees. Let's start rounding up the families for interviews. We're on to something. Meet me over at the Grand City Plaza Hotel on Grand Central Avenue.
Where are you going?
To celebrate. I'll see you at the hotel.
Hello, Frank's.
Hi, Mr. Sharon. Listen, I think Detective Reeves is on his way over again.
Again? I've been seeing him more than my family. But what can I do for you?
I'm worried about him. He keeps drinking like this. Someone is going to notice.
That wouldn't be good for any of us. I'll talk to him.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Sharon.
Yeah, goodbye.
How's it going, Frank?
Swell. You seem cheerful, Detective.
I might have made my first break in this case. Came down to celebrate it. Whiskey, quick, I got somewhere to be.
Sure thing. Place is empty right now, Reeves. Spill it. What did you figure out?
The fathers of the victims all work construction for the city. Or did at one point or another.
That's so. Well, what's that tell you?
Oh, Frank. That gets us one step closer to a motive, and that's one step closer to catching a killer.
Oh, I see. What else is happening?
Well, there's this new character that's been running around, drilling boys on the force with all sorts of questions. Calls himself the Soul or some such nonsense.
And, what do you make of him?
Why so curious, Frank? Seems to me like you got kinda an interest in vigilante lowlifes.
What? Oh, no. I mean, I just want to know what's going on. Kind of place I run, guys got to keep an eye out.
Frank, you are easy to spook. Oh, I'm just giving you the business. Anyway, thanks, Frank. Time to get back to work.
Actually, Detective, before you go, I ought to have a word with you.
What about?
Well, it's your drinking. You know, I don't mind a guy getting some juice now and then, but, well, you've been in here almost more than me lately.
Listen, it's medicinal, alright? And what's it to you anyway? Am I cutting into your profits? Is that it?
No, Reeves, Jesus, no, it's not it at all. It's just that someone mentioned seeing you here, and I worry about your reputation.
You're a hell of a guy. Thanks, Frank. I'll be careful. I gotta get going now.
Be seeing you, Detective. I better get in touch with some of those construction workers. See if I can find out what these killings are all about.
Hello, Grand City Archives.
Yes.
Yes, this is Detective Reeves from the 8th Precinct. Listen, I'm looking for information on the last sewer tunnel installation. Can you get me the names of the workers on that project?
Of course, sir. But I just gave you the information this morning.
Yes, but, I'm afraid I futzed up a bit. can't find the list. Would you mind getting it for me again?
Sure. Just hold on one moment while I pull that document again.
Thank you.
God, his voice is like gravel. Let's look at the paper. Who are the victims? Wait a moment. Clive Turner's boy. That poor man.
Excuse me. I have the information you asked for. Did you want it over the phone? It's a long list.
No, I actually just, I don't need it. I just found my list. Thank you.
Well, it's time for the ferryman to have a talk with old Clive Turner.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter a life of crime, for the ferryman awaits upon the other side.